Sarah from The Upcoming. So I was reading that, I think a good sort of strapline is almost like Keanu in Speed, but with a bit of a British flavour. And I guess also the fact it's playing out in real time, maybe a dash of 24. What can people expect?
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head with that. It's got a 24 sort of element in the fact that it's all shot in real time over 6 hours, and we are stuck on a fast-moving train that is completely out of control, and we don't know what it's doing and what's going on. So there is a comparison to Speed because of that. Speed was on a bus, and it's in the UK, and it's using British trains, and it's going through British towns, and I think that's just quite relatable for a lot of people. I think we've all had a challenge on a train before, so yeah, hopefully people will be able to relate to this show.
Yeah, and I was reading, the writer was saying that he sort of initially got inspired by being stuck on a train and just sort of like seeing how, the human behaviour that would unfold. First of all, people are in silence, and then suddenly someone's opening a bottle of wine and people are arguing. So there's something quite relatable about that. We can put ourselves in the shoes of the characters to know what we would do in that scenario.
Yeah, exactly. You can put yourselves in the shoes of the characters and think, what would I do? Who would I be? What would I do in this situation? And that's kind of part of the fun of it, really.
Being on these sets, I believe they actually built them, right? And you all getting motion sickness because it made it feel so realistic. We also got to do a few stunts, so it must have been quite a laugh.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, we had a train being built in a studio in Scotland, and we had all the carriages, and I'm running up and down them, and they've got LED screens on either side of the train, which they filmed the entirety of the UK on. So you really feel like you're on a real moving train, and yeah, there's plenty of action.
And of course, with Alexandra, you weren't actually face to face as characters, but having to have this sort of like back and forth on the phone. I love the fact that you go into Kate Nash sort of sing along, but you were there also like reading your lines while she was recording hers, just to kind of make it feel more immediate. So what was that like working with her?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think, as you say, we weren't in the same room, and that's an interesting challenge. Doing stuff on the phone, and sometimes with Alex, sometimes without, and so sometimes you feel like you're acting with yourself a little bit, and that's it's just a different challenge. But it's incredible to see how they've put it all together. I enjoyed giving that a go.
Do you think you'll do for Kate Nash's Foundations what Anyone But You did for Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten? Did you see that?
I didn't see that, no.
The song, because they have the song in the movie, the Gen Zs all got obsessed with Unwritten, so maybe Kate Nash's Foundations will come back too.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
What do you hope people will take from watching this show? I guess it is just an edge-of-your-seat thriller, and people can just get absorbed in that.
I think it's just, it's a real sort of bottleneck show. It's 6 hours in real time, and it's a very bingeable television show in that regard. And I hope people can just sort of feel like they're with these characters, and they're on this train, and they're on the ride of their life as well. That's the hope.
And what do you think you'll take from this for your next projects, and what have you got next on the horizon?
I'm going to do a film in the States in a couple of weeks. It's like a revenge thriller, neo-noir revenge thriller. And then I shot another film in America at the beginning of the year, and a film in Greece with Willem Dafoe. So yeah, just like different stuff, a variety.
Do you prefer being here in the UK, acting in the US? Do you have a preference?
No preference. I like the variety. Yeah, I like to mix it up. I like to play. This has been fun because I play closer to my own accent and myself. And then over there, obviously, I'm playing American, which is a different challenge entirely.
And I understand also the government character, is that loosely based on a certain someone named Liz? Is that right?
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, potentially. I think it's just a fun, rollicking ride, an edgy seat, sort of quintessentially British thriller. It's a lot of fun, a lot of drama. I think you don't really know who he is, and as the show goes on, you kind of figure out his backstory and where he's come from and why he's on this train, his reasons for being there. So there's more to him than meets the eye initially, which was quite fun to play. I like to play different characters, different genres, different accents, different countries. So this is just another one of those, although this is closer to myself, but it's playing along. So it's nice to come home and do that. I'm hoping the audience can put themselves in the shoes of the people on the train. What would they do in that situation? That for me is the most interesting thing about it. It's quite ordinary people put in this very extraordinary circumstance of being stuck on a British train that's moving from Scotland to London at God knows how fast an hour. and they're trying to stop it. It's quite fun to think. So we've all been on these trains. We've all been surrounded by these people. We all represent these people. I think there's always more story if a show captures people's imaginations, there's always more story. But I think there's also, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end of this, which is quite nice. And people, it's in real time, 6 hours, so people can binge it, people can watch it. We're kind of given a backstory and given sort of a detailed explanation of what happened. And then I think we've got the other three pretty soon after the first three. So yeah, we kind of knew what the deal.
It was a real thrill.
It was full on. There was no escape. It's hard to get off the train. So yeah, we were just all in it together. Yeah, it was an interesting challenge. Obviously we weren't in the same room, we weren't together. Sometimes I was reading just another actor
but I think
on screen.
Nightsleeper is
So yeah, it's a bit of fun. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We've got some new characters.
Then we know how it is, but it's hard to tell right now. But
Yeah, some big new scenes.